Oh, Captain, till we find where the treasure be. I see beyond the sea. Oh, Captain, till we go on a journey. Follow me, we shall go foreign.
Got my tablet I could use, but the angle that it's at would be worse than the way I can prop my phone up because I have a really good like tall stand for it. Yeah. Anyway, we are gonna play PoE 2 in a little bit. Per usual, we're gonna start out with a few videos. And yes, this is just how the video is cropped. I didn't do that. I didn't cut it off. All right. It's Hunter the Parenting. There's a couple of really short ones. One of them is really just an advertisement, and you can't even get the plushie anymore, but that's okay. It's still funny. And then there's like a half an hour video. So I'll just do these. Yeah. And then we'll after these we'll go on to oh, and there's like just a 1 minute one. Well, yeah, no. I might just watch that other one. No. No. I'll save that one for the next time. I am almost done with what they have out so far. So that's kind of depressing. There's the two very short ones and chapter 4, which is vampire lore. Big D's Guide to Vampiric Powers. And then there's another short. And then there's the last episode. Thus far, it is definitely not the last episode unless they just fall off the planet. Because, yeah, it's not the last episode. And that one's Don't Take Me for a Goal. So, I was being stared at by a frog. Sorry. I love my frogs. So yeah, I'll do these three today, and then it'll probably end up being later this week that I watch the other short and the last episode. And I'm not gonna split these up when I do the highlight for the YouTube either. I'm just gonna leave them all together. I know that's lazy. I don't care.
For the record, it is currently 23.
This short is Detective Kevin's first day. If you don't know who Kevin is, he's like a mage ghoul. I think he's a ghoul. That they encountered much earlier in the series. I can't remember if I watched that on stream or not.
15 on December 4th, 2006. Now, Mrs. LeBeau, I know it's a lot, but why don't we just start from the beginning?
I can try, but oh, it was horrible.
Take your time, ma'am.
All I can see is red blood, gore. One second, tea with me brother. The next,
The intruder?
the door swings open. I see a man I'd never seen before, but Clive had seen him. He rises to his feet, but he...
Can we just comment on the facial expressions? Holy cow.
doesn't get too far. And now he's on my couch, on my sweater, in my tea, and he says...
Listen here, love. If you tell anyone about...
Sorry, does he have to be...
Oh my gosh.
What?
Ignore me!
Oh my gosh. Do y'all know what that puts me in mind of? I probably can't play it. Maybe if they have a clip. It puts me in mind of that robot that was following the Venture Brothers around for a while, who just kept telling them to ignore him, but then he'd make comments and then tell them to ignore him again.
Okay, I have murdered 38 men.
Oh, fuck!
What? Did she just say she murdered 38 men? wasn't expecting that.
What are you doing hanging out here?
Oi, check it.
How do you have this?
Regent gave him out a while back. Just remembered. Reminded me of...
I'm...
Single remaining Capn plushie in the next 2 days. You won't be able to stop me.
Awaken to...
Man, oh, I got an ad. I hate ads. That... I'm sad that I missed the Kevin plushie. I'm just muting it until I can skip. There we go. Alright. Man, I wish I had gum.
Dad likes you more than me. What?
Oh my gosh!
Letting them deoblerize each other! You stupid boy! How the fuck was I supposed to know?
Oh my gosh, these were such early episodes that I definitely did not watch on stream because I wasn't even streaming at the time that I watched these. I was just watching them. Or if I was streaming, I wasn't really doing reaction stuff at the time.
He could have told us what not to do during the interrogation. He is still not giving us the full scoop on what diablerie even is.
He's not wrong.
Information when it comes to hunting the supernatural is needed.
If he can't trust me, then I can't trust him.
Instead of putting your trust in him, put your faith in us as a family.
Even if he is sat down and talked
Dora's a good, like, brother and father.
Really listen. What worries me far more is the fact
Oh,
that
my
this
arm.
secrecy of yours is creating rifts between you two.
Just wait a little while longer before you say too much.
I will not tell Marcus anything until TF2 releases.
Suppose I could tell you a secret that
There's Kevin.
would not want hunters to know. That ghoul Kevin told me about. There's a mole in your chapter house, Occam.
Occam?
The ghoul has used its disciplines.
Disciplines, vampire magic. And you thought to mention this now?
It wasn't relevant till now.
Woo! I don't remember that. Did I miss something? Or do I just... I could just not remember. My memory is not the greatest.
This is...
Does he have a gun on a stick with a stake? Is that what I'm seeing here? Okay.
Sir, we have underestimated our quarry.
Underestimated does not begin to describe it. This failure beats out that diablerie incident by the margin of a lifetime.
Marcus.
This is the biggest blunder of your career.
Oh, damn.
Be silent.
Ooh.
Trying to solve a murder.
Not so loud.
I declare Hunter Huddle.
How dare you?
Hunter Huddle.
Sir, you know the rules.
Fine. Hunter Huddle, initiated.
Hunter Huddle. Hunter Huddle. That's kind of fun to say, but I also feel like if I tried to say it faster, it would be a tongue twister.
You want to strategize, huh? A reconnaissance? Ice pack?
Why are they in a shower?
Ice packs, Marcus. A man is dead.
Dad, stop obliviating and answer me. What did this? How did this even happen? Fatigue looks like he exploded. That's not in the ghoul playbook. What the hell is going on?
I don't quite know.
Yes, you do. Of course you do.
No.
He usually knows.
Always do. And you always hide it.
Stop it, Marcus.
No, now's not the time. We are talking about this now because murder.
interject?
Oh, Dr. Waters.
Where'd you come from? You are a doctor. You suddenly operate upon a
She just kind of came out of
The lack of
nowhere.
decorum, but your loud, boisterous voice is relatively hard to ignore.
I mean,
screaming at a crime scene makes me want to scalp you. Which way scalpers?
Oh my gosh.
Yes, my voice is quite powerful. The hunter may need improvement.
So, how much did you hear?
Enough to guess the obvious, that we may not be dealing with a ghoul at all.
Really now?
Do not put your words in my mouth!
Oh, the words are all yours. After all, I'm citing them from your scholarship.
Preposterous! You read
His
my
scholar-
work?
I'm Greg. I'm Gavin.
What?
And we're the founders.
I
of
never
Magic
get
School.
ads on this. What the heck?
Side tangents about dog cancer and orangutans.
What a twist! Surprised to have time to read between your benders.
You live in a glass house, Dee. Shouldn't you be thanking me for keeping your work alive?
Damn it, you're basically Occam's second. If you're both willing to use our work, how the hell did Remold manage to censor it?
Nepotism, seniority, the fact that he's from London and we're a backwater. But there's a time and place
I mean,
for that conversation.
that's about right.
Ankle deep in my colleague's guts, isn't it?
On that subject, I'm sorry we couldn't save Fatigue.
As am I. This is an unfathomable loss. Lord Fatigue was among the greatest hunters I've ever met. But know that I will respect his legacy by doing my job. And I wish for you to say your piece now, or tend to his great vessel. And
I know things are gonna get really weird with like the story as whole, but I've heard some theories about Dee, and I kind of can't wait to get into them.
leave us to our work.
My piece. It's simple. Our isn't a culprit ghoul. I mean, our culprit isn't a ghoul. Probably. This is textbook. Blank body.
Why did you say it that way?
A vampire? Is that possible?
It may be.
Bloody hell.
Simon's current state speaks to it, and, of course, the savage state of Fatigue.
A matter like this would have demanded particular mastery of physical disciplines.
So tell us about them.
We kind of came in like,
In detail.
ooh.
Father, we need the specifics. Whether this is a vampire, or a ghoul, or the amazing balloon boy, the raw, unfiltered details cannot be fucking arbitrarily kept sequestered. Whatever reason you have had to keep things obscured, perhaps are now overshadowed by the death of our old friend?
Aw,
Why the
he got him.
fuck are you not answering?
Goodness gracious.
What do you mean, goodness gracious?
Picked a right time to shut up, didn't you, Dee? Well, if he won't talk, I certainly will.
You!
Oh my god, finally someone sensible. Please, Doctor, just get it all out there.
My notes on disciplines are for the Chancellor's eyes only!
I guess we both break rules.
Even though it is very punk rock, I still hate it!
Given your paper's best by date, I decided to indulge. Before I burned it all.
What?
Orders are orders. Someone had to purge the D-Works littering our library. Frankly, useful as they
D
were,
works.
I regret we didn't. do it
Fantastic.
sooner. The reason why there's an infiltrator in the first place is likely due to your careless scholarship.
Are you casting your blame onto us?
Yes. But again, ankle deep in gore. We have to deal with the consequences together. And if you won't democratize your work, I will.
So it seems. Very well. But be cautious, for some knowledge is best.
Right, vampire magics. We've already heard him rave about them briefly.
Without much meat.
There were 3 that were relevant, weren't there? Perhaps even 4. Let me jog my memory by going down the list. Potence. That was first in your list, wasn't it, Dee?
I don't remember.
I guess
wrote it out.
I am a little confused with how Kitten doesn't know that much, considering, as I understand it, he was working at the Arcanum?
Years ago.
Sounds straightforward.
Without any commas, it certainly was.
Juggling dumpsters, isn't it?
Or ripping someone apart with your
Brought the
bare
commas
hands.
back.
Now, worth noting, each unique vampiric power can, as far as we know, be learned by any given vampire.
But important. You almost missed this. Each unique discipline comes naturally to different vampire types. Those not of that type must learn how to use them.
So potent is something our human-animal vampire had naturally, I assume? Able to launch a fully grown adult like a football as part of the ape vampire learning curve?
Incorrect.
See, that's what wait, what?
Humanimal type vampires don't boast potence as an innate skill. Rather, they rely on the supernatural powers of Protean. Instead of raw strength, animalistic fury comes to them more naturally. Serrated claws that can hiss through flesh like a knife through butter. Those are the humanimal's preferred weapon.
Then, how the hell was he so strong, Sir D? Ape boy, I mean.
As Dr. Waters said, just because potence is an innate to a vampire type doesn't mean they can't gain its knowledge. It's simply more difficult. Ape Boy had the means to gain such power.
I'm
Surprisingly.
sorry, I don't know who any of these people are, and if I have to hear more fake carnival names, I might just vomit. Can we refocus?
Right, of course. Perhaps you could share your own knowledge on the subject, Doctor.
For one, I know even a novice user hits about as hard as a sledgehammer. Vile,
That's
deadly
rough.
trauma of varying degrees. You can also potentially leap into the air, yes? Quite high, too. Scaling buildings with a single jump. That sort
Oh,
of
wow.
thing.
I can confirm seeing something similar. It's horrifying.
And sadly, a
It would
bit
be.
ballin'.
Marcus!
So, sledgehammer strength, double jumping, etc. That's novice level stuff?
Yes.
Double
But these
jumping, that's a
abilities
great way to
become
put it.
more potent, the more potent the blood of a vampire. Potence that the vast majority of ghouls simply aren't capable of achieving with regards to potence.
What?
Stop saying potence. Novice level powers are available to them, though.
I
A
was-
ghoul could commit a
I was gonna ask how many times they were gonna say it.
sense of harm and jump like the world's their bloody trampoline.
But not to the extent where they could commit this kind of harm. Yeah?
The likelihood is far lesser, as you know.
Well, in either case, other skills potent magicians purportedly have available to them are to
Does
create ripples in concrete and stone floors
Oh,
as they
shit.
strike the earth, making otherwise placid people go break shit berserk.
That's actually.
Do you want to receive a
Why is this happening suddenly? Just a sec. I don't understand why I'm getting ads when I've watched they're like hour and 40-minute long video and didn't get any ads. This came out of nowhere. I don't generally get ads on my on my PC. if that'll stop it. I'm not doing all that. Okay. I can't do anything about these other than mute them right now. Oh.
Capable of violence as their fist. To make the sound of their finger snaps hit with the force of a bullet train.
Indeed. Potence is mighty and formidable. I once beheld an elder vampire halt the flow of a raging river with strength and strength alone. It is not to be underestimated.
Of course, most blanks are unlikely to have astoundingly creative powers. Those are reserved for the upper crust, by my reckoning.
Still, that is an extremely worrying portent.
I mean, he's not wrong.
What with Fatigue's
He is
state.
not wrong.
Great. So I'm satisfied we've covered the hallowed art of dead things hitting other things very hard. Nevertheless, there's more. Dominate. Mesmerism. Mentis Imperium. Power over the mind. This particularly interested me as, well, a scholar of the mind's potential.
This is among the vilest wherewithals leeches can afford with their vitae. No creature should be able to infringe so forcibly on the will of others.
Yeah, who knows? Someone could use it to actually get info out of you.
Oh,
They have
gosh.
tried. Most have detonated.
Oh, wait, what?
All bickering aside, Dominate is one of the blank body's parapsychological abilities.
Detonated.
Mental influence. Where its sister discipline, presence, is more akin to an unnatural charisma, Dominate users simply hijack their victim's psyche through sheer willpower. Those targeted are issued simple commands that are performed automatically, as if possessed.
Like if you want someone to stop approaching, you say,
I'm sorry, I have to point this out because I just noticed it. I don't know if it's intentional or not, but these tiles are blank in a way that says D. It's the letter D. Sorry.
not a step closer.
Quite. However, while some blanks can puppeteer entire crowds, or bury their suggestions so deep it erases a host's personality,
The way Marcus is just glaring
that kind of power
at
is more
D.
common in the upper echelons of their society. A lower level blank would be more limited to temporary commands targeting single individuals.
Ah. So when more than one person is dominated, that's an advanced technique, yeah?
That's what I said, no. In general, disciplines begin with a very limited scope. It's only with experience that a blank's abilities become more than low-grade parlor tricks.
Like taking the blinders off of a horse, it only unleashes their true potential for harm. Just like a real horse.
What?
Sure. One could imagine the ability to engage
I don't know what that has to
once
do with
be the
anything.
ultimate state of dominate, freed of any limitation in that field.
I hope they left enough food for horse while they're gone.
Hypothetically, if one were to control a group of 5...
Then you'd be facing a creature of immense skill as far as domination is concerned.
Ah. Great and mighty indeed.
It is a dangerous and insidious sphere of power, emblematic of the beasts as a whole. What they can force you to do at the higher levels of mastery is nightmarish.
But being able to circumvent the spell when it's cast is still a point of advantage.
Indeed. The strength of one's will is something the vampiric curse tarnishes, rather than empowers. To that end, the canny hunter can potentially thwart their devilish commandments, if properly prepared.
The issue comes, of course, with the element of surprise. For instance, if I were a powerful blank and I told you, hey, Marcus, kill yourself.
No.
Yes, you wouldn't. But if I were a blank body and you weren't expecting...
Nah, still wouldn't.
No, what I'm telling you is you would. Because you wouldn't have your mental defenses prepared.
I don't know, maybe I'm just built differently?
That's my boy!
You are insufferable.
I'd probably off myself if you were an elder vampire, if that helps.
Yes, heartwarming, kid. The point is,
Oof.
a ghoul can probably only charm one person. But if it's a full-on blank, any one of us could have sleeper suggestions buried in our psyche and not know it.
Except for me.
No!
And Big D neither!
We are done wasting my time. Why don't we move on to the next subject you'll all ruin?
Perfect.
Are we really that bad?
Yes. Now then,
she didn't hesitate.
Right, so my guess on this one is the ability to vanish from sight. We've seen that ourselves. Not seen, I guess.
To that end, any additional insight?
Is she going to talk about celerity? Is that still a thing?
More complicated than just a layman's understanding of...
In whichever edition they're getting their info
Obfuscate as a
from.
discipline encompasses a rather varied arsenal. The gist is in the name. Obfuscation. Tricking the mind into perceiving something incorrectly.
The average person sees hundreds of online ads daily.
Naturally, makes this another parapsychological phenomena.
Wait, hold on.
If I must.
When we had that sludge lad captured, he turned invisible and I couldn't even detect him on security cams. How the hell is that parapsychology?
That, my very brash former colleague, is what you might expect of an advanced obfuscate user. It takes time and effort for a blank to develop their talents to such an extent that they disappear on film. Believe it or not, I've actually submitted.
I'm gonna end up having to pay for like YouTube Premium just so I don't get this stupid ads.
So just take my
I don't know what happened.
It's not
like I seriously, y'all were here. I got no ads with the hour-and-a-half video. I don't know what's going on. Or maybe that one just wasn't monetized and they've started monetizing the videos, which is great for them if that's the case. That could be why.
the picture that's great.
That would explain it.
It's your perception.
That's actually kind of impressive.
Impressive, yes. But no less dangerous than unnatural strength or laser heat vision.
Sadi, do
laser heat vision?
Laser heat vision?
Only if they're sufficiently fascinated by the Carpathian mountain range.
Writing that down.
I guess all this makes Boris
What
Jones
does that mean?
Jonathan Senastity's ability to vanish aside, turning invisible is only one of the many things this discipline is.
Jonathan Senacity's what? That's the... Okay. I don't know. That surprised me. Jonathan Senacity.
But impose a false self over their twisted visage. Likewise, appearance is not the only thing that can be cloaked. Sounds can be silenced. Conversations coded from outside contemplation.
Either they drew this, or this is artwork from the books. It could be.
And another that spiced this power with dominate, to obfuscate reality itself from a victim's mind.
The Lord of the Rings Woobles collab is
my gosh.
Goodness gracious.
You know, Dee, when it's my area of expertise and you do most of the talking.
This is all my expertise, good doctor. Remember whose work you're quoting.
True, but when
Hey
I
girl,
choose to forget
this is
that,
an awkward time.
who'll become the primary source then?
A low and cruel blow.
No, not my shoulder.
That's my
Not my shoulder.
Now then, I should at least pay lip
Sorry, my cat's in my lap.
service to the limits of a novice user. If your source was right, Dee, And this tremendous...
I was a...
Right. If this
Vampire wizard.
sorceress blank or ghoul is what you think it is, its specialty isn't likely to be obfuscation. So they'd probably be a novice user in either case, and that means they most likely can only be invisible, while staying completely still.
Right. The chasm between beginning and advance with this stuff is indeed wide as hell.
Like I said, parlor tricks.
Be that as it may, they're still deadly. Even if they're a novice at every discipline we've gone over, that's still someone who can turn invisible, hit like a sledgehammer, and make you forget you ever saw them.
Unfortunately,
he's
the
not
worst
wrong.
is yet to come. Well, if this is indeed a vampire wizard or one
That
of
would be
their
Tremere, right?
knowledge of this last discipline is all but guaranteed. One of the most potent and potentially dangerous powers at a blank body's disposal. Blood sorcery. Or thaumaturgy.
This is ridiculous.
Enjoy calling it.
It is not
Thaumaturgy. I didn't
magic.
consider
A
that.
pile of slime wearing the noble coat of sorcery. It is two rapscallions on each other's shoulders, trying to get into a theater where they're screaming, whistling in the dark. A movie I don't even particularly like.
What?
Thaumaturgy is the end result of a group of half-cocked brigands realizing they were past their prime and willing to steal anything.
Oh
for
my
a second
gosh.
chance at life.
That's harsh.
Yeah, it is powerful, my son. Deadly, sadistic, at times even marvelous. Yet it is like the vampire itself, a shallow imitation of grander things, a treasure fit for thieves and worms.
I get what you're putting down. So, blood sorcery is...
He kind of said that wrong. I'm picking up what you're putting down. He kind of said that wrong.
Just... what? Special vampire sorcery? Kind of like how Arkham uses special Celtic sorcery?
A bit of A, a bit of B. The scholastic consensus is that blood sorcery has its origins in sorcerer's techniques, most of them ancient and lost to our records. Of course, that's just its most orthodox path. Since its beginnings, many former sorcerers
What's
and
its most
magi seem to add
unorthodox
their
path?
knowledge to blank body methods.
But what are these blank body methods? I assume the use of vitae?
Yes, actually, vitae. Vampiric essence. Arcanum scholars better versed in the topic believe that it can help stretch the traditionally strict and linear rules of sorcery.
Sorry, I just had a coughing fit.
I've heard the term vitae used like, you know, it's important and means something. Care to elaborate? Is it the source of a vamp's power?
Indeed.
Right. And hey, how did you know that, love?
Oh, well...
He overheard me mention it to a peer. I told him the slightest gist, and I suppose he extrapolated the rest, as you've done just now.
Right. That's how I know.
Just my luck.
Aww.
Always missing the info dumps.
Well, at least you've got this.
Poor Marcus.
So, in what ways is thaumaturgy so versatile? What can it do?
What can't it do?
Oh my gosh.
Well,
I'm sorry, my cat just yawned. Her breath, I love her. She's gorgeous. She's so pretty. She's got these adorable, like, vampire fang thing going on where one of her teeth is a little longer than the other one. So sometimes only one of them is sticking out, and it's just so cute. But her breath smells like death. Like, I love her, but I don't know why her breath smells like that.
nothing without at least a slightly sanguine twist. Thaumaturges are most famous for their ability to manipulate blood. But this is only one of many paths. They might extract it from a range, gain unnatural insights from its sampling, utilize it as a weapon, or in one of their most feared techniques.
That art is so, like, I love the stylization.
White-hot cauldron of blood.
For those of you that don't know, like, watching on my YouTube or whatever, I am an artist. I can't draw right now because my arm's kind of messed up. and I have to reteach myself basically. But I just, gosh, the vampire books have almost always been like stylized in such an awesome way. And I don't know that these are from those books, but even if they're not, the stylization is very reminiscent of them, and I just love it. I love it.
That doesn't sound like a pleasant way to go.
Believe me, it isn't. But it's not the only thing blood sorcery can manipulate. Some walk the path of the Leavenbolt and might weave one's bioelectricity into vicious lightning. Others walk a greener path, growing vitae-tainted flora in obsequious obedience to their whim.
Oh,
there
wow.
are also various dark rites and rituals a thaumaturge might gain access to. Enchanted mirrors,
literal
hexes,
blood
curses, and
roses.
more. The list is too numerous
Man.
to count. And that's not even mentioning the sorceress paths that were walked by the dead long before the vampire wizards. Ancient elemental techniques of the Caucasus, serpentine poisons of the snake cults, a variety of curses known only to a merciless order of judges, the blighted demonology of an infernal bloodline known as...
Fucking, this is all one discipline?
Be swayed not by its power, Marcus! This variance exists only
confusion.
in emulation of greater powers, forever
love
beyond
it.
their grasp. A fact that vexes those warlocks, so haggard, aged, and proud, ever on through their days of restless slumber.
I mean, okay if you say so, I guess. But I'm feeling it in my bones. We might be getting somewhere with this. More details, Father, more. Come on, don't stop now.
No!
No?
No more! This is useless to dwell on. Thaumaturgy is too vast to be useful. Query me no longer.
Oh, bloody hell.
It's too fast.
You're getting closed-lipped about this stuff again?
I've already told you far more than I intended to.
Oh, great. Just great.
That's so harsh.
I can only learn about the secret, scary world of the supernatural when someone bites it big time, huh?
Hey! My son! My secrecy is protection!
And how does keeping this from us protect anyone, exactly? How did
He's
it
not
protect
wrong.
Oh. Hold on, need to, dip from the family drama. They've finished hosing Spit off. I'm going to go and check on him.
The average person sees hundreds of online ads daily.
Father, if it's as you say, and just knowing this information is tantamount to breaking some sort of human-vampire kayfabe, but you know all of this and won't tell us, how is that optimal?
I mean, he's
How are we
really not
supposed
wrong.
to survive when things get like this.
Marcus!
Sorry, love, but I will be heard out on this. We're here as your family because we want to understand and fight these murderous monsters.
Not just that, son. The boundaries are set for a reason, so we do not unnecessarily endanger ourselves. A dead hunter is useless to all, except as a warning, writ in blood.
Who are the rules set by? You?
Yes! And I would have you abide by them as your father! I am stronger than you, smarter than you, a superior hunter! I am your better, and you send thee! That was too far.
He's not. He's really not wrong.
I am not.
No, Father. That was probably the most honest thing you've said to me in years. And you know what? You're right.
Marcus.
We're just going to call it settled, all right? You've kept this from us for our so-called protection. And until recently, I wouldn't have accepted that excuse.
What do you mean?
Someone gave me some very important insight on trying to work on things like this. So I'm going to take it to heart instead of digging further.
Are you certain, son?
Hey, don't get me wrong in the slightest, Dad. We're still going to talk about this. But right now, not at all.
We're discussing it later, then.
Absolutely.
I mean, I don't blame
We've
him.
got a murderer
That was
loose
harsh.
in the chapter
That
house
was
with us,
really
and we
harsh.
can't just bicker like this. There's already too much bickering.
He is right. We still lost.
I'm gonna go refocus, Dad.
Dang. Dang. He did not have to go that hard on him. Aww. She's gonna be mad when I have to kick her out of my lap, but she doesn't really take me playing video games very well.
You ever spent hours looking for the perfect
Oh
monster
my
only to
gosh.
find out it's not? And start.
Man.
Like if you want someone to stop approaching, you say, not a step closer. Like if you want someone to stop approaching, you'll say, not a step closer.
I love that. That art in the background is so good. Oh my gosh.
Tied him to this railway track in Norfolk. Oh no, he's gonna get run over by the children's railway.
These stupid games too, man.
Tiny little fucking train that's that Wells. Oh god. That's deep lore for the editors. I'm not removing this from my raw cut. I hope you enjoy this, Dr. White, or Vindicare, or Elendil, or anyone who is listening to this, or me!
Oh, fuck yeah.
Hell yeah.
The camera.
What's this? Is this? Oh my gosh.
Charles Pizza.
That's a game I need to play. Is Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines. Would y'all want to see that? Would y'all want to see me play it, even though it's like, or Vampire the Masquerade, even though it's like old?
Alright, Alpha, you know what to do. Are you gonna go for that one?
No, you go for it.
You're the wrong text.
You would just want to
Admire
me in private.
I've suddenly got the urge to walk down that.
Why am I doing that
dark
voice for
and
Dominic?
foreboding alley over there.
No, that's intimidation.
That's presence,
No.
you fool.
Is it?
Yes.
Oh.
Well, that seems odd.
The font that they used is just fucking. It's so fucking like evil text.
They're using
Oh,
those-
sweet
Evil
girl.
It looks like a fucking new metal band. Demon
Good luck
text.
finding a bidet around here.
A bidet.
Bidet? Yeah,
What?
go to the
Good
fucking
God.
bomb.
What?
Go to the corner and face the wall.
The taxpayers are certainly.
Go closer to it.
Never mind that there's a dude like right there.
The gang. The gang. The coterie.
The coterie.
The wall inspectors. Alright, that's good.
Okay.
Nobody
I was gonna say, what the heck is going on?
Right, now sire them.
I
Okay.
failed to see how
This would be the next one, and I'm not gonna watch that one today. We are gonna do PoE 2. You know, it's that was really interesting. It got really harsh towards the end, towards poor Marcus. Like, what did he do? Well, I guess we know what he did from the previous episode, but I don't know that it called for that. Like, honestly, that was harsh. Alright, I need to step away really quick, though. Alright, sorry about that. I will be right back.
I see beyond the sea. Oh, Captain, can we find where the treasure be?